Hi there everybody, Scott here with another video in a short series on the Tone Enhancer filter in Perfect Effects 8. In this video, I'll show you an example of how the Tone Enhancer cuts through haze and fog like a hot knife through butter. Here we have the quintessential subject for fog, the Golden Gate Bridge. When I was on the scene, the fog was on the rise, and there were moments when the sun punched through and lit up the foreground of the bridge, and it was quite striking. However, what first came out of my camera wasn't so striking. Switching over to the histogram view in the control panel, can see that I'm underexposed, the whites aren't bumping against the right edge, I don't have pure blacks, there's just a lot of, midtones, a lot of gray, a lot of fog. So to start making this better, I'll add the Tone Enhancer filter, and right out of the chute you can see the improvement. The histogram's now spanning the entire tonal range, and that's the result of the auto contrast preset, which is the default setting for the filter. This is already worlds better, and I'd like to take it a little further. I like the soft water, I like the dimension of the distance in the fog, but I want the bridge to pop more, give it more detail. So if I adjust the detail slider here, the local contrast and the bridge increases, but so do the waves and the caps in the water, and I can mask that away, but that's going to mask away the levels that have just been set by the auto contrast preset. So I'll add another Tone Enhancer filter to the stack. In this new enhancer layer, I'll turn off the auto levels and bump the detail up to about 20, and that's nice. It's brought out some detail on the land on the opposite side of the bay, and I like that. Now I can mask the detail away from the water. I'll grab the masking brush from the tool well. It's automatically set to paint out. Set the brush size nice and big. Put the opacity at 100% and turn on the perfect brush. With a series of clicks and short brush strokes, I can remove the detail from the water. As long as I keep the center of my brush on the water, the perfect brush will not remove the detail from the ironwork in the bridge. As I move in between the support cables, I'm single-clicking between them, and the perfect brush works its magic to remove the effect from only the water. And let me zoom into this area where the cables get closer together to make sure I click on the water and not on the bridge. There. Now, I still want a little more detail in the bridge and nowhere else, nothing else in the land in the background. So I'll add one more Tone Enhancer layer, turn off auto contrast again, and start adjusting the detail slider. As I'm moving the slider, I'm looking only at the bridge, the horizontal span, and the vertical tower in the foreground. And a little clarity to crispen the edges, that looks good. Now to mask the effect to only the bridge, there's two long thin bands that need masking, and this screams reflected gradient. I'll select the masking bug from the tool well and set the shape to reflected gradient and place the bug on the image. I'll start with the horizontal span, rotating the bug to loosely follow the line of the bridge, shrink the width of the mask to lower the feather. Now for the vertical tower, I'll add another bug to the image by clicking Add in the Tool Options bar. I'll position this one over the tower, rotate it into a vertical orientation, and again adjust the width and the feather. Now these bugs have masked away the detail from the bridge. I can easily reverse that by choosing Invert Mask from the Mask menu. Now since I use masking bugs, Effects warns me that once I invert, I can't adjust the bugs, and I'm okay with that. And now the detail and the clarity is applied to just the bridge. A final touch is to grab the masking brush, the perfect brush is still set on, and do a few clicks to remove the effect from the water and the land in the background, these little windows in the bridge. Oh, let me switch the brush to Paint Out by pressing the X key on the keyboard, and now we're good to go. Click, 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 and click. There we go. So I started here, and with a few Tone Enhancer filters, ended up here. Now there's certainly more that can be done with this photo, maybe a tone curve adjustment to darken the highlights in that sky, certainly a vignette, but the Tone Enhancer has already taken this image a good portion of the way. And this Tone Enhancer mini-series will continue. I'll be back soon with another Perfect Effects Tone Enhancer tip. See you again soon.